This episode features Braxton Byerson, a native of Richmond, Virginia. I call him Coach Byerson. He is a entrepreneur. He is a author. He has a marketing business specializing in social media management and business planning. You guys, you definitely want to take notes to this episode. And look, as always, if you find this information valuable, go ahead and share it with your friends and family and post it on your social media so we can all spread the love and spread the gems that you are getting on our show. Do what you love what you do. Let's get it. Welcome back to another episode of Do What You Love and Love What You Do. Real excited for our guest today. I know him as Coach Byerson. Some of y'all might know him as Braxton, and then he's from the VA area and definitely a good brother that I connected with when I moved up here. We had some heated battles on the court, and as we talk about entrepreneurship, man, I didn't know that he had that bug in him, the entrepreneurship bug in him, and we connected on that level too. So real excited, man. We're gonna drop a lot of gems for you, a lot of nuggets, and hopefully you can get some value from our show today. And if you're listening or you're watching this, just be sure to share it with your friends and family. Do what you love and love what you do. Is streaming on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, social media, all that. You can see it below, right below. If you're watching and if you're listening, just definitely share with your friends and family because we have a special treat for you today. I talked enough. Coach got on all his purple. He got on all his purple. Uh, uh, so he's an Omega man fraternity. So definitely he repping. My wife is a Delta,
Mhm.
so there's a connection there. Our
Mhm.
wives are line sisters, so we
Yeah.
definitely connected right there. So, Coach, man, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, look, I appreciate this opportunity, man, to share on your podcast, man. I've been watching and listening and finally get my opportunity to be on here, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'm doing well, though. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm doing well, man. Just enjoying time with the boys. Another thing we got it coming. We got all boys. You got three, I
Yeah.
got two. So we
Yeah.
got the squad already, bro. We already got the
Yes,
squad. You know
sir.
what I'm saying? We got the
Yeah.
squad, so we good
Yeah,
on
we
that.
ready to go. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So give us some background, Coach. Give us some background. Let's probably start in let's start. Your junior senior year in high school, with the basketball journey.
Okay, junior, senior year of high school, went to Thomasdale. And as a junior, I was a captain, and I was averaging about 20 points a game, 6 or 7 rebounds, 3 or 4 assists a game. So I was one of the top guys in the district, and probably even the region. Some would say, and guess some would say even in the state. So I was a little talented back then, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. Um, so then using that, I was also playing with my middle brother Brandon. So he and I were a 1-2 punch that everybody would always talk about back in the
Uh,
day. And then we had our battles with Meadowbrook. I know you coach at Meadowbrook, so
yeah.
we had our
Yeah.
battles with them guys, man. It was some great games with those guys. So going into my senior year, it was just me by myself as the only buyers, and my dad was still on the bench and everything with Coach Goss and Coach Walker, and just giving us everything that we needed to have in order to win games, man. And senior leader, um, averaging 25 and 8, just doing my thing. District Player of the Year, region Player of the Year runner up to Brandon Rozelle, if I'm not mistaken, in 2007. Highland Springs, man. Shout out to those guys. Those my guys too, man.
Yeah.
Yep, senior year, man. So I was a leader in District Player of the Year and all that good stuff. Region Player of the Year,
Okay.
runner up behind Brandon Rozelle.
Now
So
hold on. What
we
kind of game did you have? I mean, We kind
So
of
I was a two guard. I was a two guard. So and my jumper was deadly because I had
here
to
we
work
go.
on my
Everybody
jumper
think they can shoot. Here
ever
we go.
ever since I can remember, man. I had been working on my jumper with myself or my dad. My dad, he when I told him that I initially wanted to be a shooter, like he had me in the gym, like just going bonkers with technicalities and things to speed my jump shot up, and because my jump shot was terrible when I was younger.
Yeah,
So he took us to Fort Lee and had me stand at one of the rims that was always open, like in the middle of us playing games and stuff, pickup games. He would have me working on my jump shot, and so it's just like that. Whatever he taught me for my jump shot, it was like, okay, this level right here, you can do this. Next level, you gotta spruce it up. You gotta
so
speed
so
it up and
so
everything,
so
man.
so it was three of y'all, right?
It was three of us.
It's
Brad,
three.
Brad is the oldest.
Okay.
Brandon is in the middle, and I'm
Uh-huh.
the baby.
And you the baby,
Everybody
and you
gets
got three boys too.
me and Brandon mixed up. I got three boys, so I
Okay.
followed my
Okay.
parents' footsteps
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
yeah.
go ahead and say it. I know they gonna see it too. Who the best baller out of all three of y'all?
So I say we can't really say who's the best because we all play three different positions.
Yeah.
But if you leave it to everybody else would say I am because of like how my attitude on the court, like the way
Yeah.
I played and like my my aggressiveness on the court. And people would say that it was me, but I can't say that because we played three different positions, so it really can't compare.
Yeah. So I think the very unique thing and the reason if I'd have met you a little bit earlier, we would have probably been coaching with each other. But I,
True.
I, I think the very unique thing, man, is just being you were on the sideline with your father and one of your brothers. Um,
hmm
you couldn't get you couldn't get your other brother to get on the sideline with you.
so Brandon's job was Brandon's job. He's the money man of the family.
Yeah,
So he spent a lot of time getting in touch with clients and making sure they're financially responsible and all those good things and making sure that their families are set up for the long haul. So I told him like once I got the position, he was probably actually I think he was the first one that called me um, and told me congratulations, man, and was like, "Hey, we got to get this in. We got to put two game in. I mean, you aren't running union." So he was giving me all the tips and stuff, man. But Saturday practices, he was there, man. Whenever we had afternoon practices, and he was able to get to practice, he was there. So technically, he was there, but
yeah,
like for
yeah, yeah.
games and stuff, yeah, because all the traveling and everything. So
So that was sweet, man. And did all y'all play at Union or?
yeah, all of us played at Union. So
Okay, okay,
my freshman year, all three of us played at Union. Um, and we ended up went to the CIAA championship with against John C. Smith. Ended up losing
hmm
by three,
hmm
and then we ended up going to the regional, which was down in Augusta, Georgia. When we played at Augusta State.
okay,
And the funny thing about that is my freshman year, my first 26 games, I was on the bench.
right,
So it was like a little frustrating to me. So I'm like, I'm coming from my senior year, averaging 25 and 8. Then I get to Union where Coach Robbins, they brought the whole team to one of my games. I believe. They brought the whole team there to see me. So when I get on campus and then the season starting and I'm sitting the bench, one game pass, two games pass, 26 games pass, I'm not really playing. I'm like, something got to give, man. So in between that, I was just putting in work, grinding, like in the
hmm
weight room, putting up extra shots, running extra miles, trying to get my spot. And then the last 9 games, I ended up starting.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
So tell me about talk to us about that experience. How has that kind of groomed you and shaped you? Um, just about the grind, the relationship piece with your brothers. Not too many people can say they play with one brother, but you play with two, and then your
right.
father being involved as well,
hmm
which is a key
hmm
piece. How the battles? How were you able to balance that? Because I know my dad, he had to stop coaching me because the dinners, the dinners at the table, the dinner
yeah,
at times. So I was the only child, so I was
Right.
in the gym. I better not
Yeah.
miss no free throw or layup.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
get
Because
it.
it's
So
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how were you
Um.
able to balance that and stuff?
For us, man. For us, it was just like basketball. It wasn't like we had to do it, but us seeing it so often and so consistent on a consistent basis, it's like this is rewarding. So let's get to it. And then we just ended up like just loving the game. And it was just like every time that we saw a ball, every time we saw an opportunity to go play basketball, like that's what we're gonna do. So at a young age, man, Pops had us in the gym. He's from what I remember him telling me was like he used to push Brad in the stroller, he used to push me in the stroller, Brandon in the stroller going to the gym. And he said my mom was like, where you taking my boys? He said, I'm taking to the gym. So ever since we was in the stroller, it's like we knew basketball. We knew the gym because that's what Pops did, and Mom played in high school too. So it was just like in our family. It was bred in our family. So when we like got older to where Pops could just drive us to the park, we would play like full court 21 against just the three of us. Pops would join in sometimes, and it's like it was like battle after battle because Brad was so much bigger than us at the time, and he still is. But we Brandon and I got a little bit smart on how to adjust around him and all that stuff. So, but the battles on the court, man, it never translated to us having any animosity towards each other in the
Mhm.
house. For one, because basketball is basketball. You leave that on the court. That's that. In the house is family time, and then of course, mom, she won't gonna have that.
Right,
So
right, right.
mom was like, don't bring that stuff into the house. Once y'all go to the court again, y'all can battle it out. So the battles, man, from since I can remember till I don't even know the last time we played each other in a good 21 full court game last time, but the battles were lovely, man, and it was just like it just helped us to like get better against each other because I had to shoot over Brad sometimes, and Brandon was so great at defense. I had to find ways to get around him, and then I was good on defense. So when I would guard Brad, it would give him a little disadvantage because I was so quick. And then we just found ways to get around each other and just do certain things that'll help us make our game better, man. So it was a lovely experience growing up.
So that's like a good segue into the next topic, entrepreneurship. And
Mhm.
one of the words you used
Mhm.
was consistent. And then a
Mhm.
phrase you just said was
Mhm.
you just found ways to do it. Y'all found ways
Right.
to score. You found ways to win.
Mhm.
Why entrepreneurship, man? Well, why is that important to you? Well, back up. What was your degree in?
Oh, so my degree at Union was in marketing.
Okay, okay.
So that's just right up my alley going on with the whole making that segue into entrepreneurship. I was the youngest almost on every team that I played or started to play on, I was the youngest. So me being, like you said, being consistent with working on my jump shot, working on my game in order to find ways to win and find ways to do things better, using my whole basketball knowledge when I was younger up to even me coaching, the whole entrepreneurship thing fits right into it. So I just relate entrepreneurship to basketball. So like right now is like my first year or a little after my first year. So my rookie year, my freshman year is like I had to put in that work because I was so young, and then my confidence had to be like at its tip top because if you don't have that confidence first to start off with, then it's going to be a little difficult to keep on going, man. So
Yeah.
just relating that entrepreneurship mindset to the game of basketball and what the lessons I've learned through those years is helping out a lot,
Yeah. So, I know I always talk about the brand.
man.
I know I got a few brands that I rep. One is
Mhm.
my mentor ET. I got his shirt on. And
Uh-huh.
just learning from him how important the brand is, and then our brand, the show
Right.
Dream Chase Academy. And when you're working with your clients, man, and you're helping them with their social media and their marketing plan, what are
Mhm.
some tips for developing first that just solid business plan? What are some tips that you can drop for us?
Um, so one of my first tips of developing a business plan is to one, know your audience. If you don't know who your audience is, then it's going to be hard for you to develop a message in order to reach them. So once you know your audience and you tailor your plan or your message to your audience, that right there is going to be the first step of you developing your message and getting out to people what it is that you actually do or what you want to do and how you will help them. The second tip, and I have seven of them, and I'll try to go through these as quick as possible. The second one is being logical or realistic, and I got that from the wife. She's always speaking about being logical, being realistic about either your goals or things that you want to just do or just have. Period. Just being logical and being realistic about those things. About those things. And it's just like if you're logical and realistic, then the goals that you'll set are going to be able to be met. Because you don't want to set goals that's like out there and outer space that you're not going to be able to ever meet. So, in regards to goals, we talk about the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time based. And that's a whole other topic for a whole other day.
Right.
But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so just being logical
Smart
and
goals,
realistic
right.
about that. Yeah. The third one is having proof to back up info. A lot of people have statistics about certain things, but they don't have the proof to back it up. And people say that they do this, they do that, but a lot of people are skeptical because they want to see what it is that you can do, how you do it, and get the results from there. Fourth thing is making yourself attractive. It's like dating. We've been out of the game for a while, but it's,
Right.
it's something similar to make yourself attractive. To have those potential clients come to you, to see what you have to offer and what you're all about. Another thing is don't leave out important facts about what you do or what you sell. Another one is why will your idea work? That goes hand in hand with, I believe, making yourself attractive. And the last one is like the most important. That's pay attention to detail, because there are some things that you are going to get wrong. That's just a part of a business plan or part of life. There are some things you're going to get wrong, but there are some things that you just can't get wrong on the first go round. So paying attention to detail is one of the most important ones, but I use it as my last one because I want people to really understand that
You
paying
want them to
attention
pay
to
attention.
detail.
You want
Yeah,
them to pay
yeah.
attention to it.
I want them to get that. Paying attention to detail is the most important thing that you can focus on in building a business plan.
Wow, so we got our 7 steps, we got our 7 tips from you, Coach. And when I work with clients and I coach clients up, I think about I use this tool. I use the DISC assessment tool as kind of the foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and we always talk about surrounding yourself around with the right people as building a team when starting a business. And
Right.
one of my lesser strong points is paying attention to details.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to make sure I
Mm-hmm.
have that person that's going to go
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
me and
yeah, yeah,
cross
yeah,
my
yeah.
T's and dot my I's, because
Right.
I have several ideas daily, and I
Mm-hmm.
got to stay focused. I got to stay focused on what's to prioritize, what's important for the business.
Right. Exactly.
And I think we just have to continue to build around us, build our team around us to kind of
Mm-hmm.
complete our whole business. And I think
Right.
that's one challenge that entrepreneurs have. They try to do it all by themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can. It's very hard. I know when I started, I learned probably every part of the business, marketing,
Right.
how to build a website.
Mm-hmm.
I built a mini studio in the house so I could shoot my own
Mm-hmm.
videos,
Right.
learn how to edit videos. So I went through that whole process, so I know what I expect, and when I find people, I
Right.
know they kind of know what the expectation is, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand that, right? So, um, it, how important is you're a social media expert, um, yeah. How important is social media now to people's businesses, Coach?
To people's businesses, social media is so powerful because you click the share button, and you can reach thousands to millions of people nationwide, globally, whatever the case may be. And social media is just so powerful because, as you know, it's a lot of people, it's a lot of um, businesses that have thrived off of social media, and using social media now is like one of the best things that people can do for their business because it's free, and being able to utilize this resource and get your products out there and attract new clients and do whatever it is that you need to do is just so rewarding for businesses. And I that's another thing that I want to people to understand is like, don't give up because you see one business thriving on social media and yours isn't thriving yet. They may be in a different position than you are, or they may have been working for a longer time than you have, and you're trying to compare yourself. So that's why I say trust your process and not anyone else's, because
Right.
the whole social media thing can either break you or make you. So if you pay attention to or try to compare yourself to other people and not worry about what you're doing, that could break you. But if you're looking at the fact that, oh, if they can get this done, I can get this done too, especially if my services or my products are different. So for my clients, I just have them like on a schedule, like you got to get this done, get this out. If something is happening within the society that the company or the business can relate to, throw a post out there. Make sure everybody sees that you are in tune with what's happening. You're up
Mm.
on current events and things like that. So, that social media presence is extremely important now, and I try to drive that to all my clients is to make sure that your presence is known, because people see that, especially now with the whole quarantine thing. People on their phones, computers,
Right,
iPads,
right,
lap,
right.
they on it. So
On it,
they're
on it.
watching. They're
Yeah,
watching.
and I know when I was growing my first page, I would just spend Sundays and kind of automating my posts, like
Hmm.
just spend an hour following people, automating my posts so I can be engaged and have my
Right.
post scheduled out for the week.
Hmm.
That's a gem for you guys who starting your business. Find an automated app. Set aside a time. Automate
Hmm.
your post for the week. Maybe 2 or 3 a day, so you get like at least 20 posts in for the week. Automate those and have that running on your social media. That
Hmm.
shows that you're active. And then another nugget that I've learned, and you can back me up on this, is be engaged with other people's posts. Don't just like, but
Yes.
make a comment
Yes. Yes,
um,
sir.
on that.
Yes, sir.
It's just funny how those algorithms work when you make a
Hmm.
comment um,
Right.
on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's very true, man. Because once you get to contact and connect with those people just by putting a comment on there, sometimes you're not expecting a response, but you get one. You're like, oh, and so that can lead to a whole bunch of different avenues that you thought that you probably would have never gotten or opened yourself up to if you had hit the respond button. So, like you said, engaging with other people on their posts, commenting, and things like that, super important on social media.
Yeah, man. Well, you got your book? You got your book with you?
Yeah,
Let me
Of
see that
course,
thing.
I
Okay.
got
Oh,
I
purple.
got
Here
it
we
on
go.
there.
The purple. Here we go.
Purple with the gold tag,
What?
the
Yep,
gold
yep,
spine.
yep. Now, what's the title of your book?
All right, so the title of my book is "Stay on the Tracks: The Journey of Patience and Perseverance."
Okay, okay. So, when did you write the book? Like, how did this come about? Like,
So 2014, I was released from the professional team of South America. So 2014, I was released from I'm sorry, 2012. 2012, I was released from my team in Uruguay. And so when I got to China, I was like, man, I'm gonna write a book. Because when I got released from the team in Uruguay, I came home for a little bit, got a call from my agent, and he was like, I got something for you in China. So I was like, cool. So when I was in China, we had some downtime because they had national testing over there. and the whole national testing, we couldn't go any gyms, we couldn't do anything athletic because of this whole testing. So I was like, man, I'm gonna start writing a book. So that was 2014. Before I was getting ready to come back home and start coaching and teaching and stuff. So I was like, I'll write a book. So I had my laptop over there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start writing. So when I came back, from China, and everything was like it just felt happening at once.
Mhm.
Started started subbing, got a coaching position with the girls at Elizabeth Davis. So that started taking up
Oh yeah,
some
yeah, yeah. That's
time.
how we met. Yeah, yeah. That's how we
Yeah, that's
met.
how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
met.
Yep.
So that started taking up some time. And then wife and I had the first child. So you know how that goes.
Well, right, right.
That more time was taken up. And so then, and we had stair steppers. So we had Brax, then we had the next one, and then we had the next one.
Hmm.
So from that 2014 period when I started writing the book to the 2019 period where I finally sat down, finalized everything I wanted to finalize, and then published the book, it was so many things that happened. So between me getting released from my team in South America, the things happening in China, and previously in college, this was another thing that I added in the book. My brother and I, we had gotten in a car accident. And thank God we made it through with no scratches. Car was totaled and everything. We made it through no scratches. So that's another thing in the book. And then when we were living in Chester, uh, we had to experience one of the scariest moments of our lives. Um, our firstborn had stopped breathing.
Mm.
He was laying. We were sitting on the couch one night watching TV, and he was laying down right next to me, and he just stopped breathing. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, oh, like, nah, this ain't happening.
That's
So
crazy.
so I quickly went over to my wife and I was like, "Yo, you gotta do something," because I couldn't hit him on the back because I'm a big guy. Like I hit him on
Right.
the back, something else gonna mess up.
Yeah.
So I quickly handed him over to her. She did whatever she had to do and got back. So went to the hospital, got everything checked out. Everything, he was just acid reflux and all this other stuff that they were talking about. So glory to God, man. He's all good now, but that moment right there was scary. So that's in the book, and um, just everything, man. Just me, stop teaching, me going through different things and situations with coaching and just life. Period, man. It's just that everything that I went to in those 5 years is in this book,
So
and
let me ask
it's
you
it's
this. So, this is the money question the whole world want to know, especially our inside friends. Why'd you give up
okay.
basketball, man? Why'd you give up coaching
Ah,
basketball? Because my man that coached behind you, he had a solid. You built. It was like that Mark Jackson
right.
type deal. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
was building,
exactly.
building. I was busting you up for
Exactly.
2 years, 2 years straight, bust you up, and
I
then
give
and
you
then you
credit.
leave,
You was getting me.
and then all of a sudden, boom, y'all win that joint. And they go and
So
they
yeah,
6-8 joint, have a good run at that.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
what's that's the magic question everybody want to know. What
Man,
happened, man?
man. First thing, shout out to those young men, yo. Those dudes. Um, when I had them, it was pretty much all sophomores and three freshmen, and the two seniors I had that left. So we were young. So when I was hearing about what they were doing on social media and everything, I was like, yo, these dudes getting that money. So I'm like, yeah, big ups to those guys, man. But the reason I left is because, for one, my provisional license that I was getting through Liberty, it slipped away. I didn't keep up with everything, the requirements and all of that stuff. So I own up to that 100%. So the provisional license was up. I didn't keep in touch with everything I needed to keep up with. And so when I was told that my position wasn't going to be renewed, I quickly went to the second question, like, can I still coach? So at Dale, really, it's like if you're if you want to be a head coach, in most cases, if you want to be a head coach, they want the head coach to be in the building.
In the building, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So being that I wasn't going to be in the building anymore, it was like, let's just go with a different route. And they was like, no, we're not going to let you coach or whatever. So I didn't give up basketball completely. I'm just not coaching anymore.
Right,
So,
right,
but
right.
I got three boys, man, and I'm pretty sure at least one of them going to play ball, and then I know me and you, we got that relationship. So I know we coaching some camps with you and probably some AAU
Yeah, man.
teams
Yeah,
in a
man.
couple years here.
I mean, these times are crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
is.
don't want
It
to
is, man.
for me and SFP Athletics, what we've been able to build, we get phone
Mhm,
calls daily, like when you gonna train, coach? When you gonna do a
mhm,
tournament? Like, and
mhm.
it's just real
Yeah,
iffy. And
right.
people doing stuff out there, they staying safe, but
Mhm.
like all it takes is one.
Yeah,
All it takes is
right.
one.
That's true.
To
That's
and we talk
true.
about building your brand. Like, you don't want that
Mhm,
stain on your brand. Like,
mhm.
you don't want that
Exactly.
stain on your
Exactly.
brand. So I pretty much been staying away from it. We got some things we're
Mhm,
working on at the end of this month. Um,
mhm.
but high school season, they still voting
Mhm.
on it. It's gonna be weird. No state championships this year out
Yeah.
here in VA.
Mm.
It's gonna be definitely different, man. But um,
Right.
I'm gonna miss beating up on you, man, on the sideline this year, man. I, it was
I
just
took enough
different
beers,
coaching
man. I
against
took enough
the.
beers.
Yeah, I mean, you whooped me so bad when you was at Davis with the girls, and
Yeah.
you whooped me so bad, and
Yeah. I guess that
I
was
didn't
the
get to
get
get
back.
you
That
back.
was the get back.
Yeah, so yeah, as we end, what I mean, what is probably the most important lesson, Coach, that you have learned so far on this entrepreneurship journey?
Man, I've learned so many. So like my book, I read one line. It says, this is the back of the book, the back cover of the book. From these experiences that I previously talked about, Braxton has learned that having faith and trusting God in everything in life will test your character and make you a stronger person. So never diminishing your character because of the situations that you've been through is a very, very important thing, because your character is what people are going to is what people should recognize you by, rather than your reputation.
Yeah,
So that lesson right there, man, being known by your character rather than your reputation is a lesson that I have learned throughout this journey so far in entrepreneurship. And that's the thing that I was stressing to my teams when I was at Dale, when I was at Davis. Like, have some character. Like, don't be all in a rut. If you lose, it happens. If you win, over celebratory, it's just a win. It's another win in the win column. It's something that you work for. It's something that should be celebrated, but not boastful about it. You see what I'm
right.
saying? So understand that when you do the things that you work on and you execute the right way, just like your shirt says, extreme execution. Once you do those things, man, when you win, it feels good. But you got to keep winning. You got to keep executing in order for you to win. So and that comes from your character, being consistent and executing and doing whatever it is that you got to do in order to be successful.
Yeah, man, I love that word execute. I know for my consulting company, strategize, evaluate, and
Mm-hmm.
execute. Right, we help you
Hmm.
see. We help you
Hmm.
see growth,
Yeah.
see potential. Strategize, evaluate, and execute. Um,
Hmm.
so look, Coach, we're gonna play a little game. Here you go. You only can answer. You only can answer with one word answers. One word
Okay.
answers. All right.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready. I think I'm
All right,
ready.
they're gonna be back to back. Like, they're gonna be back to back. All right.
Okay.
Favorite food.
Pizza.
Basketball team.
Lakers.
Football team.
Cowboys.
Mentor.
Dad.
Winner.
Me.
All right, man. You did good. You did good, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, man, look. Hey, best of luck to you, man. Looking forward to connecting with you, growing with you, watching your business grow. How can we get in contact with you, with your services? And how can we get a signed copy or purchase a copy of your book? Can you please give us that information?
All right. So first, you can find me on social media. Instagram, you go Braxton Byerson _7. You can find me there. You go on Facebook and type in Braxton Byerson. I'm the only Braxton Byerson in the world, so that's a good thing. Type that in on Facebook, you'll find me. For you can go to my website www.braxb.org. You can find ways to purchase my book. You can find ways to book me for speaking engagements and things of that nature. And also, I do have a marketing business called B7 Marketing. So if you need any marketing services, or you know any friends or family that need marketing services, you can find me on Instagram on that at B7 Marketing. And other than that, man, just hit me up whenever you need me, and I'll be of service to you as possibly as I can.
Yeah, man. So right below us, guys. If you're looking at this video, we'll have you should see his information down there. And if you're listening, be sure to lock in, follow on Instagram, follow us on Instagram as well. Dream Chaser Academy, Coach Jay Crane. Hey, Coach, appreciate it, man. You dropped some nuggets.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man, for
yeah,
having me.
man. All right, man. Appreciate everything, bro.
All right, man. Take care.